In conflict, the health service is at breaking point. Imam Hussein Charity aims to help provide a better future for these impoverished patients, aiding them with finances for their prescriptions as well as dialysis of their kidneys. You can help our brothers and sisters with purchases of prescriptions for just £20, and for £200 help a patient with a dialysis procedure. To donate or for more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers, and welcome to Imam Hussein TV, Imam Hussein Charity Fundraising Show. Now today, inshallah, we shall be fundraising for the orphans, the widows and the vulnerable in Iraq and Afghanistan, inshallah. We are in the holy month of Ramadan, a month of giving, and inshallah today, with your generosity, we will be able to raise money for the orphans and the widows, inshallah. Today with me is Sister Ruqayya, which inshallah throughout the show. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
It's good to have you on. Today when I shared the poster on my Instagram, I actually got 10 messages saying, that sister looks like you. And I was thinking, what a coincidence, I wonder who this sister is. But today, inshallah, we shall be raising funds for the orphans, the widows and the less fortunate, and focusing on Iraq and Afghanistan, inshallah. Now we have some great packages, and the packages, you know, they're from the low end to the big end. So no matter what amount, you can still donate today, whether it's a small amount or a big amount. Nothing is too small when it comes to helping and giving towards charity. The Imams constantly said that the key to sustenance is giving charity. Now we are in a month where our deeds are multiplied, our good deeds are multiplied. So let's take advantage of this holy month. Let's take advantage of these holy nights and inshallah give towards those that need it the most. Now, to remind the viewers that you can call in to the, on the number on the screen, inshallah. And today we've added a international number. So if you are international, you can call us through the WhatsApp number on the screen. It should be on the screen. Otherwise, you can call us in the studio if you are in the UK on 0203 511 0199. That's 0203 515 0199, inshallah. We would love to hear from you. Even if you want to donate privately, please do call in the studio, because sometimes your call, your story could spark someone else and spark the interest in someone else, and someone else could call and it could be an inspiration for others to donate. Now that's too much talking from me. Let's go to our guest today. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Just before this show, I was reading about the situation in Iraq, and there's actually 5 million orphans in Iraq alone. That's a huge number. So there are so many families that desperately need your help. Me and Zahra are both mothers who have young children, and I can't imagine just waking up and not being able to feed our kids, or fasting the whole day and not having a meal at night. These mothers really need your help this Ramadan. And we could do a lot to help a lot of people. I mean, it's £30 for just 1 month, and that's £1 a day for one person. And that's not much for most of us, but it can make a huge difference in somebody's life.
Absolutely, yeah. It's sometimes I feel like we take these things for granted, like water.
Yeah.
Like water is an essential in our life. Like we open the tap and we drink water. When our kids are thirsty, we just open the tap and we give them water. But there are mothers who cannot even provide water for their children.
And imagine if you're in one of these countries. I'm sure most of you have been to these countries, Iraq or Afghanistan, any other country that is like very, very warm. Just imagine not having any water, or not having access to water, or you can't give your kids water. I mean, me and Zahra are both from Bahrain, and when we go to Bahrain in summer, it is extremely, extremely, extremely hot. And we're drinking water bottle after water bottle. So I can't imagine living in a country and not having access to water. I mean, it's something we do take for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't think about it because we have access to it very, very easily. But thousands of people, millions of people, sorry, are struggling and don't have access to clean water. And a lot of the diseases and the illnesses in these countries become because there's not enough clean water. So there's a water well as well.
There's a water well.
That will make a huge difference. If you could give a village a water well. How much is the water well?
1,500.
1,500. And if you can't afford that by yourself, you can just get a group of friends, a group of family members. And if you all donate a small amount, you can make a huge difference in a whole village, like a whole community, basically.
Absolutely. It's not just drinking. It's also those that are going to be doing wudu and praying.
Yeah.
The amount of rewards that people get just for water. I remember going to Africa, and this is the first time I realized that there are some villages that don't have access to water. Yeah. And I saw women walking miles with trying to fetch water just for the household. And sometimes I feel like we live in a bubble where everything is perfect. And we live in a bubble, and sometimes that bubble can make us ignorant to the fact that there are people around the globe that do not have these essentials, not even luxuries, essentials that we have.
Yeah, and I think if you haven't been to these countries and you can't really imagine the situation, just go online and watch some of the videos and see the struggles of many and millions of people. And they really, really struggle on a daily basis, and some of them are working and working and working just to provide food on the table. So imagine it's just £1. I mean, me and Zahra were talking about this before the show. It's actually just £1 a day. So it's £30 a month, £1 a day to feed somebody this Ramadan. That's amazing. I mean, that's nothing. I mean, that's like less than a cappuccino or a cup of coffee, and then you can feed a person for the whole day, and £30 just for a whole month. So we'd love to hear your stories. If you have any stories of anything you've seen on holiday, or any stories about orphans, or any charity stories, or any situations you've been in life and you would like to share with us or donate today, please call the number on the screen.
Absolutely, yes. We would love to hear from you, inshallah. I believe that our community is so generous, they're so kind, and I believe that with your support, we can overcome many of the challenges that many people are going through around the globe now. Even Imam Ali alayhi salam, we know that he was the father of the orphans.
Yeah.
He talked about poverty, and sometimes, let's talk about poverty, because I don't know if you remember, Ruqayya, the first time that I was kind of exposed to poverty is when we went to Sham, Syria.
Sham,
we were very young,
yeah.
and that was probably, was that the first ziyarah that we've been on?
We
were
Iran,
children.
I think was before.
Was it Iran? We went to Iran first, and then we went to Sham, and then we went with family members that were from the Khalij, obviously. We went with family members, like there were men wearing dishtasha and like the agal, you know, we looked like a typical Khalij family. And I saw like children running, begging, and that was the first time. And I remember I looked at you, I looked at Zainab and my other sisters, and I was like, oh my God, there's kids that are begging. And it was the first time that it kind of opened the scope to poverty, and that there's people going through poverty. And that's the thing, Imam Ali alayhi salam talks about poverty, and he talks about poverty, and he says that poverty humiliates the soul, poverty creates anxieties, and he said that if poverty was a man, I would have killed him. So in terms of, this is what we need to do today. We need to kill poverty. We need to try our best to try to overcome these challenges. Because even when I was having iftar today, you know, the table had food on, and I thought to myself, there's people around the globe that wouldn't even have food to break their fast. And that really breaks my heart. Like, there's people that are fasting in this day and age and do not have food to break their fast, do not have food to for sahur. It's just,
and this is the best month to remember that, because we are hungry the whole day. We do feel this sense of weakness. So this is actually the best month to think, how do these people actually feel? I mean, like if we go to work or we have kids and we're just not eating. We're not just thinking about, okay, how are we going to provide on the table? It's just not having food, and you feel that sense of weakness and like you want to eat and hungry. So imagine those people who don't have to think, okay, I'm hungry now and I don't have anything else to eat. There are millions of people worldwide who sleep with an empty stomach, who sleep hungry. And that's not because there's a shortage of food or anything. That's because these people are not getting enough help. And I think this is the best month to kind of think how they feel, because we are hungry most of the day.
Yeah.
Or thirsty, or if we wake up, like we don't have sahur sometimes, we get more hungry or more thirsty, or we didn't drink enough water. And I think this is the best month to remember, like, how do these people feel?
Absolutely. And alhamdulillah, there are donations coming through. So we have £25 from one individual, another £25 from another individual.
That's amazing.
And then we have another £100 that has just come through while I was reading. And we have £350 from a brother for shelter, from a brother called Mustafa Khawajid, and he has asked to read Surah Al-Fatiha for his father. So please do read Surah Al-Fatiha for his father. So in total, we have £512 since we've started the show. So, alhamdulillah.
And I think that's a great way when you donate and you give that charity to your loved ones. That's ongoing charity. That's amazing. So anyone who has loved ones who have passed away, like me and Zahra have our dad who passed away this year, give charity in their name, because that is the best gift you can give somebody who has passed away, is charity.
Absolutely. And do you know what? Just you've mentioned that we've lost our father in the past couple of months, both me and Ruqayya. And let me tell you this, when you lose your father, it creates a trail of grief and trauma, and it will shatter your heart. And I say this to you, it will shatter your heart when you lose your father. But it didn't shatter our life, because we were independent. We were financially independent. We could then get up and stand on our feet. We're here today presenting, and our hearts are still shattered for the death of our father. But then I look at these orphans and I think to myself, we were able to get up, we were able to carry on in life, but there are some orphans, there are some children who lose their father, not to a peaceful death, let's say how our father passed away, but a very tragic death. Not only that, they then, the floor underneath them is taken away, and they struggle. And I know this because I've spoken to the widows, and they say every day is a struggle. Every day we think to ourselves, how are we going to provide for our children tomorrow? And I tell you this, and I plead to those who are watching to please donate whatever you have to these orphans, because I would say something very personal, but I don't know if I should say it, but I would say something very personal. I don't know if you remember we have a brother who's disabled, his mental capacity is probably of a child. And the first time that I actually thought of an orphan is when, do you remember when he was sitting in the living room, and we were all sitting in the living room, and he just burst out crying. And we were like, what's going on? Like, why is he crying? And then he said, I want my father. And that was from an individual that perhaps he's in his 20s. Perhaps he's in his 20s, but his mental capacity was of a child. And then I thought to myself, these are the orphans that cry for their father. Because when you are financially independent on an individual, when you are emotionally independent on an individual, and that individual gets taken away, that cry is the most heartbreaking cry. So I plead with you, please help the orphans today. I plead with you, please help the widows today.
Sponsor an orphan this Ramadan.
Sponsor an orphan. That's whoever hasn't sponsored an orphan, honestly, what are we doing in life? What are we doing in life?
Because Imam Ali says, if you look after the orphans, God will look after your children. So, and keep that in mind. There's so much blessings when you give sadaqah. There's so much blessings that will continuously come in your life, and we don't see it. Like, it's not like when you buy something, okay, you know you're going to get this in return. But I know so much people who pay sadaqah on an ongoing basis, and they say that really changes so much things in their life. Like things that could have happened to them, for example, if they were in a car crash or something, they could have got more hurt, but it didn't, because sadaqah really, really protects you. It's like this barrier, it really protects you from a lot of bad things in life, and it brings all these blessings into your life.
Absolutely, yep. So we got a new total. The total is £537. So the donations are coming through, alhamdulillah. Let's go to a quick video. Let's watch a quick video, and we'll be back in a few minutes, inshallah. So please watch this video, and we'll be back.
Meet Mehdi, a widow with orphan children who all live a miserable life. Her husband Abu Mehdi, who lived off reading poetry and eulogy for Imam Hussein, sadly died from kidney failure. Ever since his death, Mehdi has been struggling to live and has no stable financial support. She and her children are left facing the challenges of life alone. She is here today explaining what she and her children go through.
هاي الأيام كلها الدولة لا تعترف بيتيم، لا تعترف بأرملة. يعني الزين هذا اللي ما عنده والي وين يروح غير يشكل دولته يسوي له فتشارة. وأنا همات مسوية عمليتين برجلي وبيا بلاتين. نفط ما عندي يعني إمكانية أشتري نفط ونالك الصوب الله شاهد. والله العظيم بس نفسيتي عزيزة ما أشكي غير الله وللطيبين. والله العظيم يعني بس الله يدري بالحالة. الله صرت الأب والأم بس الله يدري هو. ما أريد نفشي يعني بشر يقول هذا البيت ناقص، حتى لو ناقص لنا غفض وما نشكي بس لله الله شاهد.
Abu Mehdi was the only source of support for the family. When he was alive, he would not leave his wife and children in need of anything. Now that he is gone, his children are hugely impacted by his death, having to face the harsh conditions of life alone.
والله العظيم يقول لا عندنا يسوي أنا خلينا يجي. أحلى من الوالي هو اللي يلم عائلته، هو اللي يدير بال عليهم ما يخليهم بنقيصة.
The government have not provided any form of support for Mehdi and her children. Mehdi and her children only find peace temporarily when they visit their father's grave, crying to him about their situation.
احنا عتبنا على هاي دولتنا لازم شوية تراعي اليتيم. شوف متطلبات البشر شنو يعني 100 وال200 يعني تكلف دولة. والله ينهضم بس الله حتى يشكي له يقول لهم تعبت من بعدكم تعبت. والله ناشد هذول الأخوة المتبرعين اللي عندهم ايديهم واصلة شوية يديرون بالهم شوية. أنا ما أحكي بس على روحي لا، أقول كافة اليتامى كون شوي يراعوهم يشوفون متطلباتهم. يعني مو عيب إذا الغني شوية كسل الفقير. هاي معادلة تصير حلوة عندنا. إحنا شلون مسلمين لا عاد غير نبين مسلمين بيجي أشياء.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Now, as you saw in that video, a very, very heartbreaking video of a mother who says that she has to be both a mother and father. She has nothing to support her children, and her children always cry for their father. This is something which I was talking about before that absolutely breaks the heart of everybody. We do have a call on the line, so let's go straight to that call. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Zainab.
Your name is Zainab.
I'm from London.
Oh, you're from London. Assalamu alaikum, Zainab. Do you mind if I ask you how old you are?
Yes.
How old are you?
5.
5. MashaAllah. That's younger than my children. MashaAllah. God bless you. What would you like to say today?
I would like to thank Imam Hussein TV.
You would like to thank Imam Hussein TV?
For the shows.
For the shows. Amazing.
Bye-bye.
What do you like watching?
And I would like to do... I like Shahr Voice.
You like Shahr Voice. I think that's something we're all enjoying at the moment. Yeah. How much would you like to donate today?
250.
MashaAllah.
That's amazing.
We have to say a salawat for that. Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad
wa ali Muhammad. I think the brothers as well were saying a salawat in there. What would you, Zainab, you're 5 years old. You've donated 200 and something pounds. What would you like to say to everyone watching today?
Can you please donate for everyone that needs?
MashaAllah.
Especially in Ramadan.
A beautiful, beautiful message. And you know, may God bless your parents. I really do believe you are going to grow into a beautiful, beautiful young woman, mashallah, from such a young age donating. You have led the way of today. You are the first caller of today's show, and you have led the way. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and remember us in your dua.
I love it when young people call because
God.
they inspire everybody else.
They do.
Yeah.
They inspire even me when I hear
Yeah.
their calls. God bless them, honestly. And even hearing that voice, I can just imagine the voices of the orphans, because when I speak to them, I hear that voice echoing in that voice, and then here you have a child donating, and it's amazing. We have
God bless her parents.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we tell the viewers watching at home, please do try to call into the studio, because calls like that, honestly, they spark something in your heart, and it makes another individual want to call in. Even if you don't want to donate live on air, just call in. Call in with a story, call in, tell us something like you've seen, anything, words of inspiration. I would love to hear words of inspiration. Please do call in. The number is on the screen. If you can't call, then there's a WhatsApp number which is free of charge, no matter where you live around the globe. Please do call in. The numbers are on the screen, the packages are on the screen. No donation is too small or too big. We want to hear from you today. Please do call in. Me and Ruqayya, we've left our children at home. We've come here pleading and trying to raise the plight of the orphans. Please do try to call in. We have more donations that have come through. We have another £120, another £60, which makes the total £717 today. And with that, didn't I say that with a call comes another call? We have another caller on the line. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. All right, mashallah, great show and everything, doing really well.
Thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Wasim. I'm calling from Bradford.
Oh, mashallah. Welcome to the show. And Ramadan Kareem to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to Imam Hussein TV and Imam Hussein Charity for everything that they're doing. Because like I've been to Karbala, I've been to Arba'in time and for Ziyarat and stuff. And I've seen poverty. I've seen what's happened with all the orphans and widows and stuff like that. And it really breaks my heart watching. And the clips you got in the background as well, I can see, you know, that there's like the shelter stuff that you're doing with the houses and, you know, in the hospitals and stuff. So, you know, I want to donate for dialysis if possible.
MashaAllah. How much would you like to donate today?
Today, I'm going to donate £400, inshallah.
MashaAllah.
That's amazing.
MashaAllah, may God bless you, brother. Honestly, especially in this holy month and this holy days.
No. May God bless you and the channel and the charity for giving us the opportunity to go and help those in trouble, especially in Iraq and Afghanistan.
God bless you. God bless you. Honestly, you'll be in our du'as. Please do remember us in yours. God bless you.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.
And that's the great thing about this channel, because like you said, when we were little, we went to Sham and we saw poor people, but we never got to help. So when you have these, like only when you're there obviously, but when you have the channel like Imam Hussein TV, it's so easy to help. You can just pick up the call or donate online and you can help so much people. Whereas before, without these channels, you couldn't really reach out to these people across the world.
Yeah.
So that...
Absolutely, And I've said this in previous shows, but these donations, these individuals that are donating, they are the answer to the orphan's prayer.
Yeah, they really
and
are.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and may God bless them. You know, their reward only lies with Allah.
And if you look at that video, going back to the video of that woman who lost her husband, and to see her struggle, it's like we can't even imagine being in that situation where you've lost your husband, you have kids who are crying for their father, and you don't know how to provide for them. And if she didn't have Imam Hussein TV, she didn't have all these people giving charity, she'll be left alone. There'll be no one to help her. And I have a friend who has lost her husband, and she says it is the hardest thing, even though she's living in Europe, but she says it's the hardest thing, like emotionally, for your children. So if you look at that story of the woman that we played, I mean, she's living in Iraq, she doesn't get any support except for this support. She can't live without this support. And also, on top of all of that, the emotions of like the emotional struggle she goes through, seeing her kids cry for their dad every day.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
To remind all the viewers, the number is on the screen. To call into the studio is 0203 515 0199. That's 0203 515 0199. The WhatsApp number is also on the screen. No matter where you are around the globe, please give us a call, and the donation line is on there. Now let's go to a report, to a daily report, inshallah, and we'll be back in a few seconds. Assalamu alaikum.
There are a family that they eat once a year, just once a year they eat meat. There are a family that eat chicken just once a year, and that times is the holy month of Ramadan. And that meat being a contribution by yourself. That meat being donating by people like you. So this is the time that some family are waiting for you. There are a family, we can't reach them easily. We have to drive far away on the hot weather, you know, bad road, and we try our best. Our staff, they try all their best, especially on the month of Ramadan when they are fasting and they can't drink water on the hot weather. So it's all because of you and because of the orphan and needy people, because we know how they feel, we know how you want to help them, but you can't. So we are a bridge here between you guys and them, alhamdulillah. So today we are here to choose what we need for our food basket, to choose what product is best and what they really want, and we choose the best quality, best date. We see the quality and quantity as well, and the expiry date, and also we don't buy anything for them that not useful. We try to buy something that we use it all the time at our place, that you use it at your home. So we try our best to buy that. So the quality is very important, and inshallah after we buy, we're gonna test it, we're gonna cook it, and then we will send it to them. So what we need, your support, your donation through this program, inshallah. May Allah grant you health and wealth. Jazakumullah khairan ya Ali.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. As you saw the daily report, for all those watching, we are fundraising for the orphans, the widows and the vulnerable in Iraq and Afghanistan, and with your help, inshallah, we could meet our target today. The numbers are on the screen. We would love to hear from you if you want to call in. The studio number is on the screen, and also the WhatsApp number if you are international. And while speaking of phone calls, we do have a caller on the line. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abbas Shams and I am from London.
MashaAllah, welcome Abbas. What would you like to say today?
Today I would like to donate £20 of my pocket money for the Imam Hussein TV charity.
MashaAllah, that's amazing. Honestly, that's amazing. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 13.
13, mashallah. That is, honestly, may Allah bless you. And the amount of reward you'll get from your own pocket money as well, mashallah. That is absolutely amazing. What would you like to say to all those watching today? Any message you would like to say to them?
I'd like to say that if you do have any spare time to watch Imam Hussein TV, it's very inspirational for everyone, I think. So it's just overall a great TV channel.
Absolutely, definitely. And your words, honestly, your words is going to inspire many people watching today, believe me. And may Allah bless you. Honestly, I can thank you all today, but your reward lies with Allah. Last couple of messages before you get off.
May Allah bless everyone in the channel. May Allah bless you, and inshallah everyone has a good day.
MashaAllah, beautiful, beautiful message. MashaAllah, may Allah bless you. MashaAllah.
That's very inspirational, because like when you have pocket money, most kids think about spending on a toy or like a PlayStation game, and the fact that he thought about donating today, that's just amazing.
Honestly, that's God bless his parents. God bless your parents for raising such a beautiful, beautiful boy. Inshallah, a young man at the age of 13.
Inshallah,
may Allah
this
bless
inspires more people to donate today.
That's the thing. You know what? Many times we do this show, it's the children that are leading the way. And it's that sense of vulnerability, that sense of pure innocence in the child, and it's so, so beautiful to see. And inshallah we can get more people to donate today. May Allah bless all the callers that have called in, and inshallah we're still here for another 20 minutes, so please do call in. The number is on the screen. We would honestly love to hear from you. Please do call in to the studio. We would love to speak to you. The studio number is on the screen, a WhatsApp number is on the screen. The brothers are in the studio ready to put your call through, so please do call in. The packages are on the screen. No amount is too small or too big.
Yeah, that's true.
In the eyes of Allah, even if you give a penny, a pence, in the eyes of Allah, that is great. So please do call in.
Yeah, I hope we can reach a target before we're off, actually. If we could raise more than 1,000, that would be amazing. So keep your calls coming. How much have we reached, actually, Zahra, now?
So the total is £717, but we have had new donations come through, so I need a new total from the team. So inshallah, once they send that through, I will announce it. You were talking about sponsoring an orphan before.
Yeah.
It's £50 per month only to sponsor an orphan.
That's amazing, and that includes the education and the food and the whole package. So imagine how much of a difference that could make in somebody's life. I mean, a lot of these children are working from a young age just to provide food for their family. So if you're sponsoring an orphan, you are giving them the whole package they need to have a very, very bright future.
Absolutely. You know, last night, someone was so hungry, they went to Sam's and they bought a fiery bucket for £30. A fiery bucket. It was just some wings and like 4 burgers and some chips for £30.
For £30. And that feeds the family for a month.
And I was thinking, honestly, because I was looking at the packages just before they ordered the food. It was on the app, so it cost £30. But I was looking at the packages because I knew we were going to come on tonight, and I said, £30. That feeds someone for a whole month.
Yeah,
and it's like, it was just a couple of wings that we ate in like 10 minutes.
So if you put aside £1 every day in Ramadan, you could feed somebody for the rest of Ramadan without realizing. £1 which we literally spend on nothing.
Amazing, honestly. And that's the thing. Sometimes I feel like we don't like to admit it, but we have a bit of stinginess in our hearts and we don't like to give. And when we give, I remember, Ruqayya, you said this in another show. You said they say that money brings happiness, but there's no happiness until you give that money.
Yeah, somebody asked somebody that, like, does money bring happiness? And they were like, yes, it does if you give it away. The more you give, the happier you would feel, the more people you're helping. Yeah,
absolutely. That's absolutely beautiful. We have also the sadaqah for £50. That is another great package to donate to. There's so many packages on the screen. I mean, even the shelter for £20. You know, we have a roof on our head. There's people that don't have that. So it's just the thing is, in this day and age, our money doesn't stretch a long way. But when we go to countries like Iraq and Afghanistan, a bit of money could make a huge difference in the life of these individuals.
And especially that these people depend on humanitarian aid. And if there wasn't any aid, they weren't receiving anything, they wouldn't be able to live, basically.
Yeah.
So keep your donations coming. You could actually help a lot of people. And the good thing with Imam Hussein TV is you can see where the money goes. You can see all these videos. You can see the hard work that gets put into this, And you can hear people's stories, people who really, really suffer, like the woman we had on the screen. And I mean, as a mother, it really breaks my heart when I see other mothers struggle like that, because I mean, not having anybody to help them, like not having any family, not having a husband, they have to go there and work, or their kids have to work. And when their kids are working, there's no education, and that also affects their future. And then the problem is just ongoing.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. The thing is, the sadaqah, so we know that sadaqah is recommended. You know, it removes it removes any unforeseen problems coming our way, and it's recommended to give sadaqah. And here we can give our sadaqah to these great causes.
Yeah.
And you know, giving towards charity, sometimes in many sense, if we do give sadaqah, if we give towards charity, it comes back to us in like tenfold. And sometimes we feel like if we give, we're going to lose, but in fact, we gain so much more.
There's so much blessings that will come into your life without you realizing. Like once you start giving, Allah will give you more and more and more. And when we look at Ahlul Bayt, you look at the example of Imam Ali, like when he passed away, Imam Ali alayhi salam, the orphans were crying, like, where is our father? So we have to look up to him, and we have to try and be like that and try and follow his footsteps.
Absolutely, yep. We have another donation coming through of £75. Let's do Allah salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Does it say what
we can hear the brothers as well in the back giving Allah salawat. Is that another donation coming through? Another donation has just come through of £79. I'm going to be out of breath. So another Allah salawat, please, brothers. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. That makes a total of £871, mashallah, and we've been on for only 30 minutes. 30 minutes, but we have £871 come through. Let's try to double that. We're here for the next 20 minutes or less. Let's try to let's triple that. Let's triple that today, inshallah. So, as I said, the total is £871. We want to get more. And with that, we have another call on the line. The calls are just coming through today. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hadi, and I would like to donate £350 to the water well.
MashaAllah, Hadi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Hadi, the brothers at the back. Go ahead.
I would like to thank Imam Hussein TV for all the shows.
Oh, MashaAllah. Thank you so much. If you mind me asking you, Hadi, how old are you?
7 years old.
7, MashaAllah. You're my youngest son's age. God bless you, MashaAllah. What a beautiful boy you are. Honestly, do you know how many people you're going to help with that money?
I wish to help.
MashaAllah, God bless you. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You are amazing. Please thank your parents for me. I thank you personally I personally thank you. I think we need the loudest salawat. I'm going to be out of breath today. Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad wa
ali Muhammad. Sorry? I couldn't hear that. Could someone? وَعَجِّلْ فَرَجَهُمْ. That's a beautiful, beautiful dua. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. Honestly, I can thank you all night, but your reward lies with Allah. May Allah bless your parents.
Thank you.
Thank you. What would be your last couple of words before you go off?
I love Imam Hussein TV. I always like to watch it.
MashaAllah. God bless you. Honestly, God bless you. MashaAllah. Beautiful, beautiful message. God bless you. Thank you so much. MashaAllah. Thank you. Honestly,
that is amazing.
I feel like crying after this call. What a beautiful, beautiful act, and God bless his parents, because even the holy prophets and the Imam says instill these beautiful acts in your children, because they'll grow up and this will grow with them. A young boy is 7 years old. I mean, both mine and your son is 7 years old. A beautiful act like that is absolutely beautiful from a young boy. We can see the water wells. He donated towards the water wells. You can see the water wells behind us here. this is where your money will go to. It will help these people that have no access to clean water. They cannot drink water. They cannot drink clean water. They can't feed their kids water. With your help, that if you could see how much change you have done with your money, amazing.
And the water wells, they actually save a lot of lives, because when you don't have access to clean water, a lot of diseases come, and a lot of people worldwide die every single year because of unclean water. So it's actually giving sadaqah and also saving lives, saving a lot of lives.
Absolutely. So we have a new total. I want to announce this total. Our total is £2,371 pounds, mashallah. I am so proud of our community. I honestly am. The new total is £2,371.
That's double what we thought we're going to make in the...
I just said let's double that,
yeah.
And then we doubled it.
Mashallah.
But our target for tonight is £10,000. So we have our segment and we have the brother segment afterwards. I'm going to put the responsibility on Brother Minhal afterwards. So let's at least raise £5,000 in our segment. We're here for about another 10 minutes only.
Yeah. Okay.
So we want to raise at least £5,000 here, and then we'll just put the responsibility on Brother Minhal to raise the rest. Let's go to a quick video. Let's do that. Yeah. Let's have a quick look at a video and we'll be back. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few seconds.
Zahra is a mother of 4 orphans. Her husband was a farmer and was able to provide them with a very minimal amount of money to live off. Unfortunately, he died from cancer, leaving a widowed wife and 4 orphan children behind, whose financial situation worsened. Her monthly income from charity organizations is just about enough for them to stay alive. They get no governmental support at all.
والله عندي 4 أيتام عايشين على الله والناس الخيرة. بعد كل ناس خيرة للسعد. السعد بالنسبة لي يعني لا راتب رعاية لا تقاعد، عايش على الناس الخيرة كم مؤسسة مسجلة فيهن. فبقيت أنا عايشة على الله والناس الخيرة. يعني تبهذلت وأنا شوي لا أهل عندي لا أم ولا أب طوش عمرهم. بقيت على الله والناس الخيرة. جيت يم أختي سوت حادث وتوفت.
Her youngest daughter is registered in a school for orphan children. Yet she cannot afford for her son and her 2 elder daughters to go back to school.
هذا الولد كان صف ثاني بطلته، يعني ما عندي إمكانية أسوي له خاطو وهذا وتعرفي المصاريف. هو كان فلاح تمرض سنة كاملة هو يعني مريض بالفراش، فما عندي إمكانية أخليهم يظلون مستمرين بالدوام، فقعدته. جيت هنا قالوا عمره كبير ما يدخل بعد مدرسة، حتى نشوف الطلاب الجهال يقول لي ما عندي إمكانية، دائما يقول لي سجل بالمسرع، أقول مو يردون خطوط ويردون تعرفي ملابس قرطاسية، ما عندنا إمكانية. يعني يا دوب مدبر عيشتهم، والله هسه صوبة ما عندي أقعدهم عليهم، صوبة لا كهربائية ولا نفطية. زين هذا هسه الشتاء كاتلنا البرد والله وكيلك. زين ظروفه كلش تعبانة.
Zahra and her children are struggling to cope with the challenges of living. They depend on people to give them money so they can survive the day. Not to mention has had a long-term health issue which she cannot afford to treat. Abu Zahra's death left a huge gap in the life of his wife and children.
وأنا من شوي مريضة أمهم تعبانة عندي روماتيز وكلياتي تعبانة. فد مرة يعني أصور والله شوف كاتلهم برد إصابة ما عندي أقعدهم عليه. يعني يا دوب بس العيشة للماي فلوس موليد. هو السكن بلاش بس فلوس موليد يعني تعرفوا ان البيت يريد ما يريد غاز يا دوب ذن اندبرتهم ما عندي امكانيه مثل اوديهم لابوهم اطلعهم اجيب لهم ملابس انا اشتغل يعني بالمؤسسه مال ابو سجاد اجيب لهم ملابس مثل من عندها القى ملابس ها اجيب لهم حتى امكانيه ما عندي اجيب لهم ملابس جديده. اي والله والحمد لله والشكر.
Abu Zahra's death left a huge gap in the life of his children. Seeing their friends' fathers remind them of their father, whom they wish was still alive to support them both morally and financially.
أبويا جاء وهاي.
ذاك اليوم هو صارت إنه سفرة في مجمع. يعني سفرة بس للإمام علي ونرجع. طبت لنا جفلة ما قدرت هي تعرفين متبرعون قالوا يعني أسعدنا للزيارة. قاموا يبشوني أنا ما قدرت آخذ سيارة أوديها لأبوها وأرجع. هالدرجة والله. دائما عندي ذول بنات كبار والله يبكي يقول يما أتمنى يشوفوا أروح لأبوي. في مكانية ما عندي. عارفين رايح فراوي مصاري.
لو يرجع هسه بابا شنو تقولي له؟
قل له بشارك عن صحتك.
بشارك عن صحتك؟ قل له تعال ارجع لنا.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. As you saw in that video, a heartbroken widow who cannot even afford to pay the bills. She buys second-hand clothes, she cannot afford to pay the bills, she has a disease herself, and yet she has to provide for her children. Honestly, it breaks the heart. And if videos like that do not break our hearts, I don't know what will, because our heart will be hardened. So, as always, we are fundraising for Imam Hussein Charity, and with me is Ruqayya. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. When you have a health problem and you're struggling daily with your health, and then you have to think about all these things, that must be so hard. And even like she says, she works a bit, so she can only afford the basic stuff. She cannot afford the rent, she can't afford the electricity or gas or anything. And she, on top of that, she has 4 orphans to look after. I mean, like most of us, if we're just like when we had COVID or something, like it's like our world is over, literally over. Like we're just like so tired and we can't be bothered for anything. But imagine living with a disease and having that struggle. It's very, very hard.
It is, and honestly, I'm so grateful for the community today because they have been so generous, and we've had non-stop calls. And with that, there's another donation of £30 that has come through, another donation of £25, which brings our total to £2,426 today.
That's amazing.
MashaAllah. Honestly,
you can even like make a WhatsApp group or even contact your friends, your family, and donate together and like sponsor an orphan or do the water well. It will make a huge difference.
Yeah, it will. So the number is on the screen for all those watching today. You can call us to the studio on 0203 515 0199. I will memorize that after we do a couple of shows. Today we've also added a WhatsApp number, so you can call no matter where you are around the globe. You can call, you can donate, and you can support, and you can show your support to the orphans and widows. So please do call. We'd love to hear your calls. And as we've seen today, that only one call generates another call generates another call. You can be the answer to the orphans. You can be the answer of these widows who are in a state of desperation. This Ramadan, you can be that answer. And honestly, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, we're saying that if we do not all come together and help these orphans and widows, who will?
Who will? There are millions of people, I keep saying thousands, but there's millions of people who actually depend on charities. Otherwise, they can't live. They have no access to clean water, their children can't go to school. I mean, we think about which school is the best to take our kids. People don't even have the option to any school, take their kids to any school. So that's why I think the sponsor and orphan package is really, really good, because you give a child a bright future at the same time, and it's only £50 a month. It's a month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, £50 a month. So that makes a huge difference. There are so many children who don't have education, who are forced into working, and that builds onto the problem, don't you think? Like if the child doesn't have education, but if that child had education, they'll be able to work, they'll be able to provide for their family. But it really breaks your heart when you see children working.
Yeah.
And they should be going to school. So the sponsor an orphan.
No child should have that burden on them. No child should have a burden of providing for their family.
I mean, we spoke about in Sham as well. We saw children, their jobs were just asking people for money and begging.
They were going out and they were just working. We were children as well, and like they were running after us. Like I said, we were with older people, so we were with people that, like men that looked like Khalijis that came from this part of the world. And these kids were running after us, and we were children ourselves, and we're thinking, how are they on the streets? And I honestly, I will never forget that trip.
That was the first time I think we saw, like...
Yeah, and I even asked my father, I said, why is there people in the streets? Like, why is there children, like, begging in the streets? And he told me, you know, Zahra, there's some parts of the world that there's people that are orphans, there are people that are living in poverty, and that was honestly a eye-opener, that trip. And to be honest, it still happens today. We go to these holy shrines and we see these children begging outside the holy shrines, and it breaks your heart because Here we say that, Imam Hussein, if we were with you, we would have supported you, we would have helped you. The children that were thirsty, we would have, helped and provided. But yet there are children that are thirsty and do not have the simple essentials, and they are living in the proximity of these holy shrines. And it should break our hearts to do that. So, because it's the holy month of Ramadan, let's focus on the £30 for iftar, because as we said, it's one pound a day. Yeah. £1.
That's not much, So, I mean, and that's one person. £1 here probably won't be able to feed you for a day, but that could make a huge difference in somebody's life in Iraq or Afghanistan. So just, if you think there's 30 days in Ramadan, let me just save £1 each day and donate, that would be great.
Yeah,
that's the way we're putting it.
And that's the thing, you don't even need to donate £30. If you want to donate £1, donate £1. That's like an iftar a day. Yeah. If you just give £1 out of your pocket, you can just, if you don't want to speak to us, the details are on the screen, the account number, the details on the screen. With one click of a button, you can provide iftar for someone. And that is absolutely, that's honestly a blessing, because it's made it so easy to feed someone for £1. Feed someone for £1. You go on, no one's going to judge anyone for donating £1. You can provide an iftar for someone.
Yeah, donate what you can, even if it's little, like Zahra said, whatever you can, just every single pound makes a difference. Like before the show, we didn't know that £1 is for one day. So everything makes a difference. Well, I didn't know, maybe you knew, but it makes a huge difference. So donate whatever you can.
Absolutely. We have only 3 minutes left, so I wanted to get the final words from you before we get off today. I know me and Ruqayya will be back soon, but what's your final words for today?
I'm so grateful for this channel, and I'm so grateful for everybody who has called today, because it's so nice hearing everyone's voices. And when you see, especially when you see really young children who are giving their pocket money, who are trying to help people around the world, that really, really is so inspiring. So thank you so much to everybody who has called today, anyone who has donated. And like Zahra said, if you don't want to call, you could just call the studio and donate.
Absolutely. And just to wrap off, I want to thank Ruqayya for coming on today. I wanted to thank Imam Hussein Charity for the amazing work that they have done to provide for those most in need, the orphans, the widows and the vulnerable. May God bless them. And I would like to thank every single caller that has called in today. With the bottom of my heart, thank you. The amount of calls that we've got today, I can still hear the phones ringing, but we're coming off. But the amount of calls that we've got, the amount of donations that are still coming through, and I can see on the iPad that has been provided to me, the donations that have come through, it just shows the generosity of our community, it shows the beauty of our community, and it shows that when our community comes together, we can make great change. So let's come together, and inshallah, we'll be back for several days fundraising in the holy month of Ramadan. So please do tune in throughout these days, where we will continue. Tell your friends about it, get them to tune in, and inshallah we can make a great difference in the lives of these orphans. As the Prophet and the Imam sallallahu alaihi wasallam has constantly encouraged us to donate towards those in need. So let's try to do this today. Once again, thank you to all those that have called in, and don't go anywhere, because we have Brother Minhal and the brothers coming on next for the next hour. They will continue on the show inshallah and continue to fundraise for the vulnerable, and we'll be back another day inshallah to continue on this fundraising show. Thank you so much for all those that have tuned in today, and that's it from me and Ruqayya for now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and Ramadan Kareem. The Imam Hussein Charity will be running its food basket campaign again this year, giving you the opportunity to help destitute and impoverished families throughout the whole of Iraq and Afghanistan. Each food basket contains essentials such as rice, flour, dried lemons, tea, fruits and vegetables, oil, tomato paste, dates, and much, much more. Each basket is £25 and can feed a family of 4 for up to 10 days. You can feed a family of 4 for the whole of Ramadan for only £75. You can donate via bank transfer, PayPal, or visit us at www.imamhusseincharity.com. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and Ramadan Kareem. The Imam Hussein Charity is running its famous Ramadan food basket appeal. Previous years we were able to collect and feed thousands of struggling families. This year we want to provide 10,000 food baskets to the impoverished families of Iraq and Afghanistan. Each basket contains essentials like rice, flour, meat, vegetables, lentils, dried lemons, oils and dates. One basket can feed up to a family of 4 for up to 10 days and only costs £25 per basket. £75 will feed a family of 4 for the whole of Ramadan. So take advantage of this blessed month, help feed our brothers and sisters in need. You can donate via PayPal, bank transfer or visit us on imamhusseincharity.com for more information. Thank you. This Ramadan, help IHC distribute food baskets to the impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can provide a food basket which will feed a family of 4 for 10 days for just £25. That's £75 to feed a family for the whole of Ramadan. Each basket contains food essentials such as rice, flour, vegetables, fruit, meat, sugar, salt, tea, dates and more. You can also donate to our iftar campaign, where £30 will allow a local Husseini in Karbala and Harat to feed one person iftar for the whole of Ramadan. That's £1 an iftar meal per day. To donate or for more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com. Thank you. This Ramadan, help IHC distribute food baskets to the impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can provide a food basket which will feed a family of 4 for 10 days for just £25. That's £75 to feed a family for the whole of Ramadan. Now what comes in the food basket, I hear you say? Well, we have flour, rice, meats like chicken, also lamb and beef, dates, lentils, olives, vegetables, fruits, and essentials such as oil and also tomato paste. To donate or for more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear respected brothers and sisters and dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV and this special program, Imam Hussein Charity. I'd firstly like to thank the sisters who are on here in the first segment who are raising money for the orphans, and inshallah we have a new panel with myself, your host, Minhar Al-Khafaji. Brothers and sisters, before I introduce our two lovely and beautiful guests, this is a matter of urgency and I just want to remind you that the phone lines are open 0203 515 0199 and 0203 515 1122. But to my far left we have brother Ali Jagani, and to the middle we have brother Ali Amin, who's a new face here on Imam Hussein TV. Assalamu alaikum to you both. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Good? Alhamdulillah. Now brothers and sisters, the packages are in front of you. Food baskets £25, sadaqah £50, and we left the first segment with £2,426 raised so far tonight. But inshallah, we are pushing for that £10,000 goal every single time you see us on this channel, so that inshallah we can help as many people as possible. We've had one water well donated already. Yani Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Now for the past few days we haven't had any water wells. You do realize we haven't had any water wells, but today was the day that alhamdulillah we got a water well, and inshallah it's going to be built in Afghanistan. Brothers and sisters, the account numbers, the WhatsApp, it's all on your screen right there. The packages are right there. 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122, and you can have the opportunity to change lives, my dear brothers and sisters. Change the lives of people around the world. Those less fortunate than you, you know, you were born in a Western country, and you opened your eyes to the West, comfort, you know, food on your table, water available to you. Not everyone is as lucky and as comfortable as you, don't you think?
I agree 100%. I think, to be honest, we're so privileged, we don't even realize it. Especially living in the Western countries that we do live in, we can open a tap and we can get clean water.
Yeah.
These children today with this water well, I'm just so happy to hear about the water well, because yesterday we were talking about the water well, and we were saying how much of a difference clean water makes to us. Sanitation-wise, every day, you know, just washing your face, doing wudu, the basic necessities in life, one of the main things is water. And this is the opportunity for these children. So, Ali.
Brother Ali.
Well, alhamdulillah, we managed to get a water well donation, and we aim to get more donations tonight, inshallah, with the blessings of the producers and the blessings of the viewers, brothers and sisters at home. And yeah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Now, brothers and sisters, the packages are on your screen. Food basket, £25. Sadaqah, £50. Shelter, £200. Medical, brothers and sisters, medical. Wallah, yani, if you know anyone who is within the you know the medical field and that kind of stuff, they will tell you how amazing the body is structured. But when something goes wrong, we need to be able to fix that. And just £20 can provide a prescription to someone who is in dire need. Dialysis, £200 for dialysis. Now, many brothers and sisters may not know what dialysis is. You know, when your kidneys stop functioning, your kidneys can't filter and can't produce and can't basically carry out their normal function, and £200 will help people clean their bodies, basically. It will help them cleanse their bodies. Brothers and sisters, housing funds is £1,500 and another water well. Let's push for another water well, brothers and sisters. The numbers are on your screens. To call us in the studio, 0203 515 0199, or just to donate and not speak to us because somehow you may be intimidated by us. You can call 0203 515 1122 and you'll speak to the backstage staff, the producers, who will help you and guide you through the donation. But Brother Ali, I wanted to ask you.
Yes, brother.
You know, you coming from a country in Africa.
Yes, brother.
It's kind of, you know, there's people who are in similar situations as those in Iraq and Afghanistan. You've been to your home country.
Yeah.
How have you seen the impoverished down there? And, you know, what would that mean to someone who's in a similar situation to them in Afghanistan and Iraq?
For me personally, I think the resonation with children of that age is very, very difficult, because I personally have been to Iraq just recently in Arba'in.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Tanzania was a few more years ago than that. And when I went there, when you see those children, just when you give them, you know, that 50p, like we were saying, it makes such a big difference to them. They're like, wow, it's their whole hard week's earning potentially. Because over there's no such thing as that children can go to school peacefully. Those children, they work. You know, when I went to Sham recently, one of the things that broke my heart was my barber was 9 years old.
Wow.
Imagine, I was sitting and I was thinking, this kid's 9. I was asking him, so what do you do for school? He's like, no, they bombed my school. And it broke my heart, and I was thinking, so what education? He's like, no, to me, my mom tries at home, but other than that, I have to earn because my dad died, and I'm the only breadwinner. And those sort of things, they shock you to your core, and they make you realize that when you give these small amounts, to us, they're small amounts, they're life-changing amounts to
Brother Ali, I just want to cut you there. We've had a few donations come in just now, and I'll read them all out, and then we'll have a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. £50, £25, £30, £50, £50, and £75, bringing the total so far to £2,706, brothers and sisters. We are over a quarter of the way there to our goal. Inshallah, we will continue to push within this next hour to as much as we can to be able to reach that £10,000 goal, and inshallah reach above it. But with that said, Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Now, we have, by the way, we have two Alis, Ali Jagani and Ali Amin. So I'll refer to them by their last names. Brother Ali Amin, you know, you're from Iraq. You're from, I'd say, where are you from in Iraq?
I'm from Diwania.
Diwania. So Diwania is down south, and you know, it's not as fortunate of a city as let's say other cities. How have you seen the poor people in Diwania when you've gone back home?
To be honest, be very honest, I haven't been to Diwania very often.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
But, inshallah, that's one of the aims to go to when we're back to Iraq. As Brother Ali said, we went to Arba'in last year and we saw the living conditions were very, very bad. Alhamdulillah, here we have the opportunity of going to NHS whenever we can. We can go to the GPs, just one phone call, and then literally next day or the same day we're provided with opportunity to go see a doctor to see if there's anything wrong with us. I know one of the things on the screen that we have right now is a medical prescription. That specifically can be a very big change to someone's life in Iraq. I'll speak on behalf of like places like Baghdad, Najaf, Karbala. I know Diwaniyah is very, very bad in terms of the people that live there. But that medical subscription will be able to at least give an opportunity for one of the kids or one of the, for example, a mom or a dad that is very ill to go and get themselves checked up. And we're here today, like, alhamdulillah, we're in a society that has a lot of people.
Let's just remind the viewers of the phone lines. They are open, 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122. But as we said, look, the impoverished are all over the world. We're trying to help Afghanistan have clean water, sanitizing water. I don't know if the clip will play behind me of the water wells that we have building in Afghanistan, in the poor remote villages of Afghanistan, where sometimes they would, you know, before they would have to travel miles and miles and miles just to be able to get some water. I wouldn't even say clean water, I'd just say some water. Some of that water may be contaminated, some of that water, God knows what is in that water. But we, inshallah, are trying to build as many water wells as we can. Brothers and sisters, you know, get with your family, get together. £150 each is a family of 10, you know, friends as well, bring them in. And do it on behalf of your marhumeen, do it on behalf of your deceased ones. You know, we have so many ahadith of the deceased ones just yearning for that sadaqah, yearning for that sadaqah jariyah, yearning to just have something that is compounding, something that just keeps building for them as hasanat. Maybe one of your deceased, Allahu a'lam, maybe one of your deceased is at a point in barzakh, in alam al-barzakh, where he is not in the heaven of barzakh yet. Maybe he just needs to, maybe they just need that small sadaqah just to get into the heaven of barzakh. And that water well can serve as a sadaqah jariyah for your marhumeen. And subhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy is that you can encompass anyone you want in your sadaqah jariyah, anyone you want in your a'mal. Now the phone lines are there, brothers and sisters. Encompass your deceased. Get them to have that sadaqah jariyah, those hasanat, those good deeds coming towards them. And inshallah, with Muhammad and Ali Muhammad, they will be in the heavens of barzakh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali
Brother
Muhammad.
Minhal, you know, I was just realizing something. Today we're so blessed. Today's a Thursday night. And we're sitting here on a night like no other. Why? Thursday night in the month of Shahr Al-Ramadan. And we've just recited the dua of Al-Kumail. And there's one line in dua Al-Kumail that goes on. It says, Ya Sayyidi, fakayfa bi, wa ana abduka al-dha'if, al-dhalil, al-haqir, al-miskin, al-mustaqim.
Now I want you to recite that with your voice. You have a beautiful
Ya
voice.
Sayyidi, fakayfa bi, wa ana abduka al-dha'if, al-dhalil, al-haqir, al-miskin, al-mustaqim. يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي لأي الأمور إليك أشكو. We're saying to Allah here, oh my master.
Now just from your voice there, sorry brother Ali, just from your voice there we've received £75 and £30. £2,811 is the total so far.
It deserves a salawat, doesn't
it? It deserves a salawat. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali
For those of the
Muhammad.
viewers that don't speak Arabic, what we're actually saying here is, oh my master, so what about me? I am weak, lowly, wretched, miserable. I'm a slave here. My Lord, my Master, my Protector, for which things should I complain to you? We ask Allah every Thursday night, oh Allah, what do I complain to you? Oh Allah, give me. These children are in positions far worse than us. If we're in a position to help these children, imagine how much more Allah will give us when we ask, when we can help these children.
Beautiful. Now brothers and sisters, we are going to go to the daily report, but do stay tuned with us. But the numbers are on your screens. Whilst you're watching that report, pick up that phone. If it doesn't push you over the edge, inshallah it will. 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122. Stay tuned after this report. Assalamu alaikum.
There are a family that they eat once a year just once a year they eat meat. There are a family that eat chicken just once a year, and that's comes is the holy month of Ramadan, and that's meat being a contribution by yourself. That meat being donating by people like you. So this is the time that some family are waiting for you. There are a family we can't reach them easily. We have to drive far away on the hot weather, you know, bad road, and we try our best. Our staff, they try all their best, especially on the month of Ramadan when they are fasting and they can't drink water on the hot weather. So it's all because of you and because of the orphan and needy people, because we know how they feel, we know how you want to help them, but you can't. So we are a bridge here between you guys and them, alhamdulillah. So today we are here to choose what we need for our food basket, to choose what product is best and what they really wants, and we choose the best quality, best day. We see the quality and quantity as well, and the expired date, and also we don't buy anything for them that not useful. We try to buy something that we use it all the time at our place, that you use it at your home. So we try our best to buy that. So the quality is very important, and inshallah after we buy, we're gonna test it, we're gonna cook it, and then we will send it to them. So what we need, your support, your donation through this program, inshallah. May Allah grant you health and wealth. Jazakumullah khairan ya Ali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, and welcome back, brothers and sisters, to this Imam Hussein charity fundraiser where we're raising money for the orphans, the widows, the less fortunate, those impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. Brothers and sisters, the phone lines are on your screens: 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122. Brothers and sisters, this is a matter of urgency. Every few minutes someone dies around the world because lack of nutrition, lack of water, no clean water, no sanitization, no medicine, no medical facilities, all of that kind of stuff, no shelter, cold, hot. Brothers and sisters, this is a matter of urgency, and it's top priority that we get these donations in for the people who are impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. We've seen the situations down there, we've seen what's happened, the changes that are occurring. All of these things, brothers and sisters, look on your screens right now. We're trying to rebuild people's homes, we're trying to rebuild communities, we're trying to bring water to people. People are dying from thirst, brothers and sisters. They're dying from hunger. They're dying because of preventable medical conditions. Wallah, medical conditions where you and me will see as a phase that comes every year, but people are dying from this across the world because they don't have that basic £20 to be able to pay for it. Brothers and sisters, it's a matter of urgency. So pick up that phone, 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122. The WhatsApp number is on your screen, +44 741 509 2155. Or if you don't want to speak to us, go on ImamHusseinCharity.org, brothers and sisters. All of this, these diseases, they're so preventable.
100%. You know what, I want to just interject here with one point. Iftar. Every day so far, I think I've had something different for iftar. I've been so blessed that I've had something unique, a different dish. Meat one day, potatoes
I just had biryani a few hours ago.
Literally,
Very delicious,
we have amazing meals every day for iftar here in the UK. We're lucky, we're blessed. Over there, children, literally for £1, they can have a whole meal a day. And it's exceptional, because over here, we're paying, today I think what we paid like 60 quid for a meal for 3-4 of us. And they're paying for 30 days of food, £30. £1 a meal. Can you believe that?
Now a lot of people will say, you know, but why aren't you guys going there? Why are you guys sitting on a TV show? Brothers and sisters, everyone has their own role to play. We are here to give you the message. We are here to bring you these pictures of people all over the world that are impoverished. Now, our team in Iraq and our team in Afghanistan, they're working around the clock, tirelessly, bringing all the supplies. And you know, the donations that you give in today, they don't go tomorrow. No, they go now. Now, right now. As we speak, right now is when the donations get transferred over. There isn't waiting. We don't wait 5 minutes. We don't wait 10 minutes. We do it at the very second that the donation comes in. And listen, a lot of you will sit there and say, I'll wait till tomorrow, I'll wait till tomorrow. No, tomorro's
not guaranteed.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed.
That's how life works. And just to mention, brother, well done, said Brother Minhal. We have one on the screen there, we have a package for shelter, £200. Looking at the situation in Iraq, not everybody has that beautiful, cozy house to live in. Everyone, like, there's a lot of areas that have like houses with like leaks and gaps and no windows. So imagine in that like hot summer, they don't have that window to open because they want to get some air in, or in winter then they can't close that window.
Just Brother Ali, before you continue there, we have had a few donations that have come in, £50 and £25. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Bringing the total to just shy of £3,000. Brothers and sisters, £2,886, inshallah. Keep calling, keep visiting the website. You can see all our projects on there, because it is a state of emergency. People are going through it. People are suffering medical conditions that are so preventable. They are so preventable that you know, me and you may go through a cold, a simple cold that people are dying from. Why? Because they don't have the medical facilities. They don't have those clean facilities that they need. You know, hats off to the medical services that we have here, but they don't have that, brothers and sisters. The phone lines are there. You can call in. Just that £20, that £20 that you are going to pay for Netflix this month, or you're going to pay for your Spotify this month. That £20, call up. Give it to someone who needs it as a prescription. Someone who needs something as simple as paracetamol. Allah. Paracetamol that we can buy over the counter.
How easy it for us to buy it?
It's so easy for us, and it's very cheap for us. Why? Because we have access to it. Those countries don't. They have a high tax on these things, and when they have a high tax on these, they can't buy it. So that £20, brothers and sisters, will make a world of a difference.
You know, this is the month of Aitan, and to be perfectly honest, this is the month in which the yatim lose their father again. You know, a yatim has the hope, and a lot of the yatim of Kufa had the hope that Amir al-Mu'mineen is our father. We don't need to worry. And in this month, Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, he's the one he's martyred. And in his name, I request you that if you can spare, 2-3 of you come together and spare £50 this month, you can sponsor an orphan for a month.
He's called the father of orphans for a reason.
Literally, if you make a difference to the orphans, imagine how much, you know, at the pool of Kauthar, when he comes to you, he'll be like, you fed one of my sons, one of my daughters? What will he give you there? And it's one of those things, you know, we don't think of it as much. £50, I'll be frank with you, we spend more of that on a night out with the lads.
Exactly.
Yeah. More of that on a night out for, you know, football sessions 4-5 times a month. Yeah, easily we spend more than £50.
Yeah, 100%. And
so these things,
brothers and sisters, he asked you in the name of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. In the name of Imam Ali alayhi salam, what more do you want? The father of orphans. Brothers and sisters, the phone lines are on your screens, 0203 515 0199. Let's push for this. Let's push to at least fill a small gap in what we can do. Look at those orphans. Look at the conditions they're living in. Wallah, we can help. Wallah, we can do something about this. If we just all come together and not say, I'll wait for someone else to do it, or someone else will do it instead of me. No. Because if everyone thought of that, then no one will be there for these orphans and these widows. Just look at them.
Brothers and sisters, it takes one phone call to get everyone rolling on, actually get them motivated to come and call us
100%.
again. Like it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
One person calls, and then a person right after it calls, and then a third person, and subhanallah, we can raise as much as we are able to raise from tonight.
Brothers and sisters, if you do not want to call in, then you have two options. You can either go on imamhusseincharity.org, or you can use the WhatsApp number on your screens right now, +44 741 509 2155, and you can message us and we will reply instantly and guide you through the process on how to donate and how to build the future for these orphans.
Brother,
let's build the
Shahr was
future.
telling us yesterday, actually, it's quite interesting. We want to build the future for these children. In part of the baskets that we send them, there's school supplies. So these children are getting opportunities that they may not have got before. You know, taking a compass to school, taking that protractor, that ruler, that pencil. Those things make a difference, because if you're going to school with the equipment,
Allah, just the simple things. Those are just simple things.
You don't feel shy. You know, these kids, I know how it feels, you know, like sometimes you'll forget your books at home or something and you'll feel awkward to sit with your friends. These kids can't afford it. We're lucky enough that, you know, if I forget something, I don't have to worry that I haven't got it. I've got it at home. I've forgotten it. These kids, they don't have the opportunity to say, I forgot it at home. They can't afford it. They don't have it at home. And by giving them that food basket or that basket of, you know, providing for their home, you're making a big difference to them. They'll be able to write, you know, at school without feeling shy. They'll be able to take books to school without feeling that, oh, my mum won't be able to afford food because she bought me books today. No, because we were able to donate those books.
And I just want to say, brothers and sisters, look, I want you to whoever's watching right now, and I know we are on Sky TV, there's thousands and thousands of you watching, right? I just want you, if you have a daughter, then look at your daughter. If you have a son, then look at your son. If you have a niece or a nephew, a younger brother, a younger sister, and even an older brother, older sister, your mother, your father, just look at them. Just look at them and just imagine them in that situation. Just imagine them dying of thirst. Imagine them, you know, imagine them hopeless, and you're hopeless, not being able to provide for them, not being able to fend for them, because what? Because of the situation in your country, because of the situation that you grew up in. Wallah, if you just imagine, if you just close your eyes for about 10 seconds and just imagine them in that situation as a widow. Imagine your sister as a widow, or imagine, may Allah prevent that from happening to anyone, but just imagine them in that situation. Wallah, your heart will break for them. So my brothers and sisters, let's get together as the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen, as the Ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, and let's call those phone lines 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122, and let's get these packages rolling. Let's get the fire going. £25 for a food basket, £50 to sponsor an orphan, £50 for sadaqah, £1,500 to build a house, £200 for dialysis. You know, £200, that's a life-saving thing. If people don't have that, they can die.
Yeah, to what you said in regards to putting yourself in that situation where if it's your brother or your sister, I can't imagine what those families are feeling like in Iraq. So I'm assuming that even if they get the low amount of 10 or 20 pounds, the father or the mother must be over the moon, because they have realized that there's people out there that are willing to help. They have the money, they are willing to help. They're doing something to change the world or change the situation that they live in.
Ahsan, Brother Ali. And now we're just going to go to a short video for you guys to watch, and inshallah join us right after this video.
صار له 8 أشهر اليوم بتاريخ 20/8. صارت مفاجأة، والله مفاجأة. يعني هو بالعيد كل شبابي، والله 6 بنات خلوا ورا، أصغر واحد هو، لا عنده معين، لا عنده واحد اللي يساعدني. والله صعوبة، والله العظيم صعوبة. يعني كل لحظة الأمور عالية، يعني ما حسيت بفراغ، يعني حيل، يعني وين جنيت وين هسه. يعني كلها بنات، 6 بنات عندي، وأصغر واحد هذا، وواحد عمره 15، يعني لا يتحمل مسؤولية، لا يتحمل مسؤولية 100، يعني شو يريد يسوي الوقت هذا الصعب. بعد الوقت هذا الصعب، والبنات يعني خاص البنات، يعني البنات صعبة. هسه لو عنده واحد كبير معين مثلا اللي يجيبن أكل إلهن، والله العظيم يعني ما يعني شو أوصف لك. أنا طالبة من الله وأهل البيت يعني وأهل الرحم وأهل الخير يعني يكون عينهم على الأيتام هاي اللي أطلبه من عندهم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters, and dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV and the Imam Hussein Charity Show. You saw that video. Wallah, it's a heartbreaking video. That video is worth every single package on there. But I know some of you may not have the funds there, but wallah, those packages on your screen that you see right now, wallah, they're not even worth one tear of that orphan.
It's true.
The tear of an orphan. You know, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa says, don't break the heart of an orphan. You know, that orphan is just sitting there and they're just praying. They're praying for someone to come to their door and give them something this Ramadan. To give them something this Eid. To give them something that they can enjoy. Something that they can go to sleep with. Something to give. Wallah, look at his tears. 0203 brothers and sisters, 0203 515 0199. Wallah, your heart breaks.
You know, it's difficult to understand. You know, if you put it into perspective, if you imagine a scenario where you're comfortable in your home, you're sitting warm, and suddenly somebody opens your door and they don't allow you to close that door, and cold air is constantly coming in. When it rains, the rain comes in. You know, when it's snowy, the snow comes in. It's a constant. Now imagine that door wasn't actually a door, but it was because of a bomb and your walls collapsed. Or, you know, because of damages or repairs, and you can't afford it and you can't control. And now somebody comes like a rescue, and they say, you know what, here's £200, and we can help rebuild your home.
Do you know someone who I really want to mention on the show? I think his name was Fazal Virani.
Yes, Marhoom Fazal Virani.
Marhoom Fazal Virani, who spent his life and spent his whole life giving towards the orphans in Iraq, in Syria, in Yemen, in Afghanistan. You know, what, mashallah, the whole community, because of his work, because of everything he gave, the whole community came out. The whole community came out in his remembrance. And mashallah, we all remember him. And subhanallah, this is izzah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we remember this man who gave his life to the orphans, gave his life to the less fortunate. And what do we have after we die? What do we have?
You know,
not our money.
The
what
way
we have is a legacy.
He did it with a smile on his face. Every time you hear his stories, you hear about how he smiled, how he played with the children like they were his own children.
And wallah,
how he held
we
the
leave
children.
a legacy. That's all we leave. Our legacy and our a'mal. That's what goes with us.
And these children, you know, I was hearing stories from my auntie, Marhum Fadl's wife, and I was hearing from his children. You hear about things that now that he's passed away, when the children are crying as if they've lost the father again. Because the way he treated them, he would hold them like he's holding his own children. He would feed them with his own bare hands. He would play football. There's videos of him playing football with these kids, you know, in their little alleyways and stuff, and spending time with them. And that's what we need to do. And sometimes we can't. So this is a secondary opportunity.
You know, he sacrificed, do you know what? He sacrificed time with his family to be with the orphans, to give towards the orphans. Brothers and sisters, we're not asking you to sacrifice that time. Our volunteers are sacrificing that time in Afghanistan and Iraq. All we need from you is that funding, is that donation to give towards the orphans. 100% of all your money is going towards the orphans, by the way. The packages are on your screens, brothers and sisters. £25, £50, £200, £1,500 if you want to build a water well in Afghanistan in the remote villages, or text us on the WhatsApp number on your screen, or go on imamhusseincharity.com. And even if you want to speak to us, call us in our studio, 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. You can see on your screens, look at all those jugs of water, litres and litres of water from a £1,500 donation, by the way. This is only a £1,500 donation. And look at the smiles on their faces.
Clean water.
Look at the smiles on their faces.
It makes a big difference in someone's life.
Yeah.
It tastes good.
They don't need to walk anymore for like, I don't know how many kilometers. There's a lot of people that walk numbers
look how
of
many
kilometers.
children, look how many children, that's so beautiful.
They get dirty water. They get very dirty water. I don't know what to say, because everything's on the screen there, and you see
on
how
the
happy
first
they
show,
are.
on the first show, you saw, and inshallah, I will be able to bring this again. You saw the difference between muddy water and you saw the difference between clear water. And if you haven't seen it, then you do it yourself tonight. You tonight go get a glass, put some mud in it, put some soil in it, and put some water in it, and then just mix it and look at what they drink. Wallah, that's what they drink. Wallah, I don't know how people are able to go to sleep at night knowing that's what people drink around the world, knowing that's what the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa drink every day just to survive, 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122.
Holy month, when we're reciting the du'as after salah, you know, we recite Ya Ali Ya Azim, the dua, we recite the dua of Allahumma adkhil after mainly Isha namaz and the salat of Asr. We recite one line in there which is Allahumma sudda faqrana bi ghinak. Oh Allah, fill in our poverty with your richness. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us that we're intellectual human beings. When we're asking Him, Ya Allah, fill the poor's hands, fill our hands, the poor people's hands, in your richnesses. Those poor people, when they put out their hand, it is also our responsibility as His share. If we want Allah to fill our hands, when those people ask us, we shouldn't feel ashamed to give them. We should give them with a smile on our face. So today I want all of you to smile. And when you smile, think about these children and either give a food basket if that's what you can afford, or give medical supplies if that's what you can afford. Or you know what, you feel that, you know, if I'm feeling comfortable and cozy today, sitting on my couch, watching on Sky or on YouTube, or even on Roku, wherever you're watching on, however you're sitting, you know, and you're feeling that comfort, think about these children when the cold air comes and they can't sleep at night, where their mother has to stay up to make sure no animals are coming into the house while they're sleeping. Such things.
Brother Ali, we are going to go to Karbala right now, live from our brother Ali Jawahari, who will be reciting ziyarah on behalf of all the donors for tonight. And brothers and sisters, if you want a ziyarah in your name or in the name of your marhumin, you know, we've got beautiful stories of our grand scholars who come to their sons in dreams after they have passed away and they say, I wish I could have just recited Ziyarat Ashura one more time. One more time, I wish I could have just recited that. And inshallah, brothers and sisters, donate, and inshallah you will have one recited in your name and in the name of your marhumin. But we say assalamu alaikum to our dear brother Ali Jawahari. Brother Ali, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters and respected viewers. Sallallahu alayk ya Aba Abdullah. Sallallahu alayk ya Ibn Rasulullah. Sallallahu alayk ya Ibn Amir al-Mu'mineen. Alhamdulillah that now we are on the holy month of Ramadan, month of giving, month of helping people. There are some people are waiting for your donation. There are some waiting to receive a sadaqah from you guys. I've been seeing some people that they just have one meal a day. They just have one meal a day. That there are a family that when they sleep, they hungry and they don't have anything to eat. I've seen a family then when they want out, when they want to go outside, they hire clothes from their neighbor or from the other people. I've seen a family that if they have a couple girls, only one of them can go to school. So for the next day, the other one, because they have only one set of clothes, only one girl can go to the school. So they all waiting to receive your support, your donation. And alhamdulillah, I know you are so generous people that you can help them. You're able to donate. It's only £1 a meal, £1 a day. It's make it big for them. It's make it very good meal for them. So all you can donate is for the food basket, for the water, and anything you're able to support them. They are trying to help them. Alhamdulillah, we have many supporters today, and I'd like to recite for every one of you, every donor that will donate today. Tonight is the Laylatul Jum'ah, Thursday night. I personally, inshallah, after this show, after this program, I will write all of the donors' name on the piece of paper, and I will go inside the shrine of Abu Abdullah Hussein, recite the ziyarah on your behalf, send your salam to Abu Abdullah Hussein because of your generous donation. So do help us, do donate to this program to the poor people and poor family. I'd like to read some of the names that will donate to through this program. I have Hussein Sabbagh, Hassan Gawani, Murtada Al-Bayati, Fatima Mi'raj, Yusuf Al-Merchant, Rida Hussein, Hussein Bazi, Zakiya Al-Albiya, Ali Rida, Noor, Faydan, Shakira, Ali, Fajira, Ma'asuma Abbas, Asmat Reza, Atif Bukhari, Muntazar Dala, Ismat Hashim, Amina Ali Haji, Seema Shah, Ali Rida, Zakiya, and there are many other donors through this program. And I'd like to recite the ziyarah on this blessed night, on the first Laylat of Jum'ah on the holy month of Ramadan. Behalf of you and your marhumin, and especially the people who will donate to this program. Sallallahu alayhi ya Abu Abdullah. Sallallahu alayhi ya Ibn Rasulullah. Sallallahu alayhi ya Ibn Amir al-Mu'minin wa Ibn Sayyid al-Wasiyyin. Assalamu ala al-Hussein wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussein wa ala awlad al-Hussein wa ala ashab al-Hussein wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. السلام عليك يا أبا الفضل عباس. السلام عليك يا ساقي عطاشا كربلاء. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا قاضي الحاجات. السلام عليك وعلى أختك السيدة زينب. السلام عليك وعلى سيدة رقية ورحمة الله وبركاته. أحسنتم for the dear brothers and sisters who will donate through this program. There are people that wait and they want to help them. They can't have more than one meal a day. They can't have enough clothes to go to the school and to the shopping. So all we need
Thank
your
you so much.
help,
If you can hear
your
me,
support,
Jazakallah
your
khair al-jaza, Brother Ali Jawahari, all the way from Karbala. Ahsantum, Jazakumullah khair al-jaza, Brother Ali Jawahari, all the way from Karbala. You can see, you saw all the people, brothers and sisters, you saw everyone there. A lot of them are orphans. A lot of you are orphans. A lot of you have lost a father or a mother or a father figure or a mother figure. Just imagine how you would feel without water, without food, without shelter, without any of that. Brothers and sisters, let's get together. Let's push for it. The people of Iraq need you. The people of Afghanistan need you, Allah. They need you. They're in dire need of your help. 0203.
Imam Hussein alayhi salam sacrificed his life and his family for this great cause. And he went, as we all know, he went a couple of days without water. And the least we can do as Shia and Muwalin of Amir al-Mu'mineen and Imam Hussein alayhi salam is donate. Donate as much as we have. We're not asking you to donate £1,000, £10,000. We're asking you to pick up the phone call right now. It's very easy to look at the number, give it a call, give us a call, and then we can inshallah, we'll be blessed with hearing your voice.
If someone can give £10,000, I'd be more than happy to take it for the orphans.
But
we've had another £20 donation, and it's come up to £2,906. Brothers and sisters, let's keep on pushing and pushing and pushing.
How much is that? £94 left of £3,000?
£94
Is there anyone that can give
anyone?
us
£94, wallah.
We'll be very happy.
£94, brothers and sisters.
£94.
ImamHusseinCharity.com. £94, bring it up to 3,000. Let's do that. And then we'll shoot for the next milestone, inshallah.
100%. You know, it's quite difficult to see what we just saw, especially in Karbala. When we were looking in the background, we could see Brother Ali Jawahari. And when you're looking past Ali Jawahari is where you see what the beauty is about. You see that golden dome of Abdullah, and you realize the sacrifice that he made, the difference that those children had, and the difference that will make by giving even £25, £30 for 30 days of iftar, £30, £1 an iftar. Do you not realize?
100%.
That if it was a Ramadan, I would be buying coffee every day. So that coffee is going to cost you £2, £3, £4. So during the month, you haven't drank any coffee of that in the morning because you're fasting. So why don't you put that 3 or 4 pounds into your pocket and be like, okay, let me do something good. Let me do something that I can wake up tomorrow and be like, alhamdulillah, I donated for a very good cause.
You know?
Then put that £3 towards it. Or you can just do over the whole month, donate £5, donate £10, or even if you want to donate £3 every day for the rest of the month instead of that coffee that you pay for.
Who's going to donate their morning coffee for this month? 100%. Let's see, brothers and sisters, I'm challenging you to donate your coffee money, your coffee for every morning that you've had.
And there's
for the
thousands
past
of people that drink coffee.
Yeah, for the past years that you haven't fasted, the past months where you went in Shahr Ramadan, that month, this month of Shahr Ramadan, donate your coffee money to the orphans, inshallah. And inshallah, they can drink something that will give them energy more than coffee will give them energy.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
You know, tonight's a Thursday night. Let's just remember 2 moments. Sayyidah Ruqayya, Sayyidah Sakina. You know the tragedy that she went through. You know the maqtal of Abu Abdullah says that the mal'oon Shimr came late to the looting. And how did he come late to looting? They say when he cut the head of Abu Abdullah, he became so obsessed with the face, that mesmerizing beauty of Abu Abdullah, he became late to the looting. So then when he arrived and reached the looting, what would occur? They say that the mal'oon would come to the maqtal and he would see that the children are running from the right to the left. He would see Zainab going in and out of one tent. All the tents were on fire. Now imagine, someone told me one time, imagine a tasbih. When a tasbih splits, you see all the bees, they scatter. There's no coordination. The children were running east and west, west and north and south. There was no control. And then he would see one young girl. This young girl, she would be running left and right. She would be screaming. And he would see these golden earrings on her ears. Now imagine she is the Aitam of Hussein. What would he do? They say the mal'oon would go to Sukaina. He would say to her, give me your earrings. Her hands would be shaking. Imagine a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old. Her hands are shaking to take out. This man had no patience. He would rip out the earrings of Sayyidah Ruqayya. He would say to her, you are nothing to me, and he would slap her. They say that there was a dark black mark on her face when she passed away. They say when they came to examine the body, there was such bruising because of this mal'oon. They didn't even know how to do the ghusl. Sayyidah Ruqayya had to be given ghusl by Sayyidah Zainab because the women of the time were afraid to touch her body. They asked, did she have some disease? Now imagine these children in Iraq, in Afghanistan, the situation they're in is not as bad, but it's just as difficult. Why? Because they're worried, will they be able to make it to school tomorrow? They're worried, you know, my father is not here. Who is my father today? Who will help my mother? Will my mother be able to provide food for me? Because a lot of these mothers, they work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, but there comes a limit. A mother needs to rest as well so her children can, you know, spend time with her. A lot of these mothers, they work long hours in the day. I personally have been to Sham, I've personally been to Iraq. I've not been fortunate enough to go to Afghanistan. But when I went to Iraq recently, one thing I noticed was, you know those children that play in the alley, anyone that smiles at them even, they take that as a blessing. So today, think about those children. Think about the children that are sitting in Bainul Haramain today, just asking, Ya Abu Abdullah, someone feed me for this month. Be that person that feeds them. That's all we can ask. £30, £1 a day, that's all we ask.
And Allah, brothers and sisters, you know, a lot of these children, our heart breaks for them. Our hearts, they break for them. That you know, they're orphans and they don't have a mother or they don't have a father. But wallah, brothers and sisters, you know, some of these children get bullied. Some of these children get bullied in school. That they don't have a father, they don't have a mother. And wallah, you know, what does that do to an orphan? What does that do to the orphan? That they're bullied and they don't have a mother and father. 7, 8 years old.
They can't go to anyone back at home.
7, 8 years old. Who do they seek refuge in? Their mother or their father who is alive? Who do they seek refuge in? What do they have to go home to that makes them happy? A meal? Water? A roof over their head? Their mother's medicine is being given to them? Nothing.
Brother Minhal, wallah, I was in Iraq in Arba'in and I was in a taxi and there was a kid that we stopped at traffic. So there was a kid that came and he had boxes of tissue and he looked like what, 5, 6, but he was so dark, not because his skin color is that, it was so dark because he spent so much time under the sun trying to sell that tissue because he had no father or mother at home and he had 2 younger brothers at home that he had to feed. Yani, people are living in those conditions in Iraq, and they have nothing to work with.
Wallah, there's one situation that I once saw three brothers. One of them was 11, the other was 7, and the third was about, I think, 4 years old or 5 years old. He was disabled. And his two brothers were selling water to feed their younger brother, to make do for their younger brother, because both their mother and father had passed away.
And that's thousands of kids.
But wallah,
that's thousands of kids.
That's thousands and thousands and thousands of kids.
That's the ones we see.
Over Iraq and Afghanistan who are in a situation just like that they have to step up to the plate. Why? An 11-year-old, a 7-year-old stepping up to the plate to provide, to be the breadwinners for their younger brother. Wallah, brothers and sisters, I don't know how we can sit here, but wallah, Allah is my witness, we're only sitting here to give you the message and to tell you to call in so that we can give this second right now the money towards the orphans in Iraq and towards the widows in Iraq. 0203 515 0199. Wallah, they need you. Wallah, they need you. 0203 515 1122. The packages are on your screens. The bank account details are on your screens. ImamHusseinCharity.com. Brothers and sisters, there is no excuse. The little that you can give is a lot in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You know, Brother Minhal, one thing that interests me quite a lot is we've been mentioning Anwa'in, so I'll bring this point up. You know, every year everyone does the walk. When we do the walk, a lot of brothers and sisters even, they like to do it barefoot. To be able to appreciate what's going on, to feel the pain maybe of those children, to be able to understand the pain of about Abdullah's family. And then when we see the people, the locals, they're already barefoot, and I'm wondering, why are these children barefoot? Some of them, they genuinely can't even afford the na'al that are being sold on the side. You know, you see these shops, the vendors that are selling them maybe £1.50, and we bargain. What's worse is when we go there, we bargain with these people with their livelihoods. We think, you know, let's get a good deal out of them, and we feel proud. You know, we got a good deal on these na'al. You know, we went to buy 5 pairs for the price of 3. But we don't realize these guys, the children can't even afford na'al. This vendor, every day, what he takes home, he buys food for his family, and then he comes back the next day ready to work. They're eager to work. You know, we think that they can do better for themselves. And I've heard somebody literally say to me during this month of Ramadan that some of these people, they're doing it because, you know, they can do better for themselves. They're lazy. They don't want to work. La, astaghfirullah, some of these children, they don't have the choice but to work. Why do you think the child, 5, 6 years old, is lazy? He's working because it's a necessity for him to work.
We have the choice of working here. We have the choice of just chilling at home to do nothing, or just go socialize with our friends.
Brothers and sisters, wallah, it's a matter of urgency. It's top priority. We need to do this today. 0203 515 0199 and 0203 515 1122. Call us so that you can put your donations through, so that you can put your stamp in the heart of that orphan. Wallah, you don't understand. I don't think you understand how much each one of these donations means to the orphan. And we've just had a £75 donation that comes up to £2,981
away.
£19 away from that 3,000. We're trying to get to 10,000. We've had another £25 we have reached. But my brothers and sisters, you know, we've been sat here for 2 hours, and wallah, I can say that, yani, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that the orphans are there in front of you, in front of your screens. Forget us three. Don't look at us. Look at them. We're not the ones that are taking the money. They're getting the money.
We're just a wasila.
We're just the intermediary. We're just bringing you the message. We're bringing you the message, because unless someone brings the message, unless someone shows you exactly how it is, unless someone shows you the work that we're putting in, that we're distributing to the orphans, then you wouldn't know about it. You wouldn't know about it.
Thousands of people would die.
Thousands would be dead. You know, thousands would be dead.
There's thousands of people watching today, and I just ask you one small thing. If you have a child, ask that child today, let's do this for Eid, or in preparation for Eid. Why don't you save £1 a day for me during this holy month of Ramadan, and then at the end of that month you donate that £1. Or even every day, I want you to donate £1 to to Imam Hussein
better than
charity.
nothing,
Because
it's
that
not
£1, think about it, that child, your child is feeding another child this holy month of Ramadan. That's all we ask you. If your child can't afford milk, just give us £1 each.
And Brother Ali, I just forgot to mention that the total when we got that £25 donation, it's up to £3,006. Brothers and sisters, let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing to save these orphans. Wallah, your heart breaks for them. We're here, Imam Hussein Charity. The studio numbers are down below. The ImamHusseinCharity.com, that's our website where you can go and donate towards the orphans.
So
£100. It's so easy
to pick up a phone. It's so easy to pick up this phone, log in, go to the website, and then just donate. It can't be any easier.
Come on, brothers and sisters.
Imam Hussein Charity is building houses for £15,000. I don't know where in the world they could build houses for £15,000, but then I realized how they're building them. They're building them as a necessity. These houses don't even have, the full works. It's just enough so these children can sleep comfortably. Enough so the mother doesn't have to worry about something, water pouring on her child while she's sleeping. So she can sleep in warmth. There's a bit of insulation, maybe a blanket or two. It's basics. That £15,000, and we're not even asking you for the full 15,000. We're asking you, give us 1,500, and you own 10% of a house for a child. You're building maybe one wall and helping that family.
You own 10% of the sadaqah that comes from every time that child steps into that door comfortable, from every time that child sleeps in that house comfortable, every time that child feels safe, every time that child remembers the ni'mah that they've gotten of a house. 10% of that sadaqah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases it by tenfold. So 100% goes to you, my dear brothers and sisters.
Let me make it easier for the guys there, the audience. We have a water wall, £1,500. So if you gather 10 people and donate £150 each, you can all contribute into putting it towards a water well. And that water well will be something such a blessing that you can have for your mahroomeen, or you can put under the name of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. So every time someone drinks from that water or goes to do wudu from that water, you are remembered, and it becomes a sadaqah.
Now, brothers and sisters, I will say one thing, right? Many of you will say, I need to get my laptop to go on the website. I know all of you have online banking. The account number and the sort code are right there. The name of the account is Imam Hussein Development and Relief Foundation. You can just plug in that name, plug in the sort code, plug in the account number, and transfer that money over to the account, and inshallah it will go to the orphans, brothers and sisters. Let's get our credit cards out, let's get our debit cards out. Many of you have a lot to give to the orphans. Many of you have a big heart, and the shayateen are locked up, but the only shaitan that is available during the month of Ramadan is your soul. And nafsatul ammaratun bisu. That is the biggest jihad that we have to overcome, which is the fight against our own selves. So brothers and sisters, let's get on the online banking, let's get on the website, let's get on the phone, and let's call in, let's donate. The orphans need you. We've just had a new £75 donation, which brings the total to £3,081. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Just to follow on that point, if you don't want to donate right now, whatever reason you have, take a picture of the account number and a sort code, and then go home. When you're about to have that beautiful suhoor, when you're about to go do the wudu for the Fajr prayer, put your head on the pillow and actually think between you and yourself. Be like,
but Brother Ali, the only problem we have with that is it's an emergency, it's an urgent need. People are in urgent need for this money. These orphans, wallah, the dua of an orphan, subhanallah how it's accepted. Subhanallah the weight it carries with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah the wasila that you can use with an orphan. Yani when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa says, me and the sponsor of an orphan will walk like this into Jannah. Yani what more could you want? We mentioned this time and time again that this world is temporary. This world is so temporary, we don't even understand. Once I was in class and my teacher told me that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He creates you here and He throws you here and you're dead. But we see this long life of 75 years, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala picks you up and puts you here and you're dead, that's it. But the only thing you will have is the sadaqah jariyah and your a'mal. That's the only two things that you'll have after you pass away. Your legacy after you pass away.
Today
leave a legacy behind.
Feels a bit quiet, I think. It's just been the three of us talking.
Yeah.
We'd love to have a caller in. Call in, please.
We don't bite.
Literally 0203 515 0199. Or, you know what, if you're international, you're enjoying the show, you're watching online, call in because we have a WhatsApp number. 0741 509 2155.
But if they're international, you have to add the key +44 instead of the 0.
Yeah, we just want to hear. I just want to hear voices other than us.
Inshallah, we can have a caller in the studio and someone can.
And if you don't want to call to donate, call to have a chat to us. You know, sometimes people feel comfortable, you know, if they hear other people's experiences or stories about your experience.
People have a
in
message
Iraq.
to portray.
Yeah, please let us know. You know, we're helping Afghanistan. What's your view on the situation in Afghanistan right now? What the people are going through? What's your view on the difficulties in Iraq right now? If you could help one child with your story, somebody else donates, why not? Sometimes it's not about the money you give, it's about the conversation you have. It builds into something else.
Wallah, brothers and sisters, look, the video that you see on your screen right now, right here, it's a whole village that have come together around a water well where they can access water.
Look at the kids. They're just lining up. Look at how small they are.
They're so happy. The elders of the community are happy. Why? Because they have a supply of water, the basic necessity, the basic right of every human being, that water well.
But also look at the house behind it. If you don't want to donate for a water well, you can also participate to build that house into a better house.
Build the house, build a water well, give money for the medication, for the dialysis, as a sadaqah, food basket. Because brothers and sisters, the most important thing is the water. Water is the most important thing. We've been sat here, right, for about, nearly 45 minutes just speaking, and every single one of us is thirsty right now. Every single one of us is thirsty right now. And we just wish for that water. Inshallah, after the show, we'll be able to drink water. But what about that child in Afghanistan? What about that elder in Afghanistan? What about that person who can't access water? Brothers and sisters, wallah, it's an urgent matter that we need to tackle. Build a water well. Look, they're all gathered around that water well.
It actually makes me think. I'll give you an example. What happened with me last night. So you know, you get home sometimes and you're tired and you've just sat. You've had your suhoor, you're chilling, and there's like about 20-30 minutes before maybe Fajr time, and you're sitting with your little brother or your family member and stuff, and you're in your room already. You're like, I'm smashed, man. I can't even bother to go downstairs and get water. So you're lazy just to go downstairs and get water. Now imagine this child, if they're feeling thirsty the way I was feeling thirsty last night, you know, that urgency.
They walk miles.
He has to go and walk.
They walk miles.
By the time he probably gets to where the water is, even the water is contaminated, number one. Number two, by the time he gets to where the water is, it's probably Fajr time. So we're lucky enough, I can just go downstairs, or I can go to the water cooler, or I can go to anything.
You can go to the tap.
Literally,
drink
flick the tap open and I'm drinking water.
Water is clean.
Brothers and sisters, the phone lines are open. 0203 515 1122 or 0203 515 0199. Let's do this. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. Let's donate towards these orphans, because you know they have us. That's who they have. They have us to give to them. They have us who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us to be in these countries where we can work, where we can make a good living, right? And you know, to remember the ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we need to give back to them. We need to give back to those less fortunate than us. And brothers and sisters, even if you want to call after the show, there will be someone here to answer your calls. And if no one answers your call for whatever reason, then ImamHusseinCharity.com, where you'll find all the information on what we do for the orphans, how we do it, how we distribute, and the kind of things that they will receive with your donation. But brothers and sisters, we have come nearly towards the end of the show, so I'll just get some final thoughts from our dear brothers who have joined me here on this panel. Brother Ali, final thought from you.
So, to be honest, I want to say to you all, I thank you all so far for your donations. And I just ask that if there is anyone left that can give...
Brother Ali, we have a caller. Let's just take the caller on the line.
Assalamu
alaikum. Hope you are well.
Alhamdulillah.
I'd just like to say that I'm a massive fan of Imam Hussein TV.
Alhamdulillah.
And I really appreciate all the work that you have done. I've not given much money, but I believe that the money that I have given has been given to good causes, inshallah.
Brother, just because we have literally 1 minute left, can we just have the amount that you've given towards the charity?
I have only given £10.
But it's your guts to call today. That's what it means. It means a lot to us. That conversation may inspire another person. I have £10. I can give £10. So thank you, brother.
Jazakallah khair al-jazaa, brother. Brothers and sisters, we have run out of time. Brother Ali, just a final thought from you quickly.
Well, alhamdulillah, we are here. We're blessed with the opportunity of living in London. We have everything that is provided with us. Unfortunately, other people around the world in Afghanistan and Iraq don't have that what we have, so let's just push to what
Ahsant, Brother Ali Amin. And brothers and sisters, a final thought from me. We have been your hosts here. We've loved to host you here. We love to host you again. Brothers and sisters, please continue donating after the show. After the show airs, you know, you can call us 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. Let's continue to do this. You know, you can watch this video over and over again, but inshallah, if you don't donate, then nothing will change. The packages are on your screens right now, and the account and sort code are on your screens. But remember, brothers and sisters, if you want to be in Jannah with Rasulullah and he carries you and you walk like that, then please pick up that phone or go on ImamHusseinCharity.com. But from us, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
This Ramadan, help IHC distribute food baskets to the impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can provide a food basket which will feed a family of 4 for 10 days for just £25. That's £75 to feed a family for the whole of Ramadan.
Now what comes in the food basket, I hear you say? Well, we have flour, rice, meats like chicken, also lamb and beef, dates, lentils, olives, vegetables, fruits, and essentials such as oil and also tomato paste.
To donate or for more information, visit www.ImamHusseinCharity.com. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh and Ramadan Kareem. The Imam Hussein Charity will be running its food basket campaign again this year, giving you the opportunity to help destitute and impoverished families throughout the whole of Iraq and Afghanistan. Each food basket contains essentials such as rice, flour, dried lemons, tea, fruits and vegetables, oil, tomato paste, dates, and much more. Each basket is £25 and can feed a family of 4 for up to 10 days. You can feed a family of 4 for the whole of Ramadan for only £75. You can donate via bank transfer, PayPal, or visit us at www.ImamHusseinCharity.com.
With more and more victims of war and poverty, the Middle East has seen a surge in patients seeking medical aid. Iraq alone has 2.4 million people without access to any form of medical assistance. In Afghanistan, due to the lack of funding and devastating conflict, the health service is at breaking point.